Hey guys, how's it going? It's the Crypto Analyst here, and I hope all of you guys are having a good morning, evening, wherever you guys are from. And welcome back to another episode of Crypto News. And today I want to talk about Samsung integrating cryptocurrency payments and wallets into their new Samsung Galaxy S10. Now, as we know, Samsung is one of the largest cellular device companies in the world, and they're also just a giant tech industry. And so when they plan to integrate cryptocurrencies into both payments and wallets on a device that's supposed to go out to over 10 million users, it's pretty big. And what this does is it sets the, really the floor and the standard for a lot of other things to come. So the question's asked, is this the beginning of mainstream adoption? If you're able to really just be able to pay and store cryptocurrency easily on your cellular device, and it's something that comes pre-installed to the device itself, is that going to be the new standard? Because the ease of access and the barrier to entry is really the big thing with cryptocurrency right now that is making a lot of people hesitant to enter into the market. That and the volatility in its recent actions, I would say, are the two biggest things. And so what happens when you have Asia, where Samsung is primarily out of, start using this on a daily basis, and when they are going around and using and paying and storing cryptocurrencies just because it's, again, part of just their normal day. I don't know if you guys have looked in. I'll kind of go through this article in a second, but I don't know if you guys have, ever used Apple Pay, but where I come from, Apple Pay is a very big thing. You can pay in every, you can really pay everywhere in Apple Pay. And Samsung Pay is, a lot of the same thing, except even, what I think to be even better. And so when we're looking at this, if this is supposed to be a better version of Apple Pay that is supposed to be accepted in a lot of places, and they plan to integrate and use cryptocurrency and encourage it, then I think that this could actually be a really big standard, because what you have then is you actually have cryptocurrency being used easily for just normal payments. So if you need to go buy something, you can actually pay for that in Ethereum or through another cryptocurrency. And I think that's what's really unique about this, and reading through this article, is that they are pre-installing it and making it very easy to be able to accomplish. So when we're going through this process, not only are you going to be able to pay for things in Ethereum, but they're also adding, of course, like Bitcoin and some of the other altcoins that you're going to be able to both store and pay for things in, which is, again, just huge part of the integration process of literal industrial money coming in and buying this and making this have real world use cases. And I think that this is one of the main things that is going to set the standard for pushing cryptocurrency forward. But going through this article actually a little bit, of course, we know that the payments application with over 10 million active users is behind the Galaxy S10 cryptocurrency wallet. So when this is coming in and actually being integrated into the Samsung Pay, as we can see down here, this would be really cool, because they talk about payments in overseas and international markets and how this can really revolutionize the game. So of course, what they're doing over here is starting off with Ethereum, but adding more in the very short term following that. So I think that they are going to just be using Ethereum as the starting block and then moving this forward to make sure everything works fine, because we do know that Ethereum is faster than Bitcoin, and so it would make sense, faster, cheaper, and shortly after, assuming that everything just goes well using the Ethereum platform, they'll add everything else following this. So that, again, that would be really cool. So when this is happening, we actually get to see some of the statistics, and I'll try to go through this a little bit slowly so you guys can read through anything that you guys are interested in as I am covering the general consensus of this article. But with this moving on, we can definitely see that the Samsung Pay platform, is on the rise. And as I mentioned, it is significant in Asia. Now, while Samsung is a very large country in the United States as well, and a lot of North America, it is giant in Asia. And so that's really their target market here, is to win over Asia and to get Asia to start actually using these things. So with Samsung being a tech industry, of course, they are a fan of cryptocurrency, as we have seen over the past, couple of years. And with them backing cryptocurrency even more through this process, I think it is just a more reiteration saying that this is here to stay. This isn't something that just is going to come and then go and then disappear. And 5 years from now, this is just, everyone's going to forget about Bitcoin, or everyone's going to be like, oh, you remember when the Bitcoin scam happened? This is one of the things where if industrial money is actually coming into this and saying, we are integrating this, one of the largest, if not the largest, cellular technology company in the world is coming in and say, we are making this installed to the device itself. It's usually to say, it's usually not going to be for something that isn't going to be around. And so when they do this for stuff, it's like when they started making touchscreens, right? Or when, touchscreen phones started coming out. They weren't doing that because they thought, well, maybe in a couple years there won't be touchscreens anymore. They're doing that because touchscreen phones are the way of the future. You don't see slide or flip phones rarely at all anymore. And it's the same thing with Bluetooth headphones. Apple got rid of Bluetooth headphones they got rid of cord headphones because Bluetooth headphones were the way of the future. And then so that's what you see these things start getting implemented, not because they're going to be gone in a couple years, but because people are trying to catch these trends and make them a part of the future before they're significant. And so I think that is the same process that you're seeing over in here in Samsung adding this. It's really just a precursor for saying this is how much they believe in it, and that they really think it's going to be a big part of the future, and that they're getting all of the foundations laid before any of the significant action actually happens, so that when everything is blowing up and when cryptocurrency is moving again, significantly towards the upside, that they already have all of their technology in place. It's going to make them extremely appealing in the next bull run, because the ease of access, as I mentioned before, and the barrier to entry is just completely eliminated for anyone who holds a Samsung, one of the new Samsung devices or is a part of Samsung Pay. And those are, I think, again, just two of the crucial realization factors that one has to look at when asking why Samsung is making these decisions and these moves while other providers aren't. And again, I think it's a big part of having Asia focus in and rally behind this before anyone else. And they're actually going to be the ones to, I think, jettison this thing into application. And obviously they are bigger supporters than probably say North America or than most of the other countries, but I think that it really will be a crucial building block and foundation that they're going to be building. So tell me what you guys think about this. I want to know your guys' thoughts. Is this going to be big? What do you guys see of this as the reaction as? Personally, I think this is pretty crucial, and that when this does get implemented, it's going to be a pretty big deal. So I'm pretty excited, but I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you guys did, do not forget to hit the like and subscribe button, as it does help out the channel a lot, and I will see you guys in the next video.